I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
There we go. All right. So I've been literally talking to myself for the last 2 minutes. Welcome to another episode of Collaborate and Pull Together, a podcast where we highlight all things positive on and off the table. We have a very special guest in our waiting room. I'm going to bring him on screen in a moment. This is a gentleman that represents one of the biggest and baddest clubs in the world of arm wrestling. Up in Canada, Ottawa High Hookers is known far and wide for many, many to come. And this guy is no slouch in any way or form. He had an amazing weekend up in Canada recently. He's as big as the actual event himself, as the crew he represents. Let's bring on Slim Reaper. John, I can't pronounce your last name for the life of me. How do you pronounce it, brother?
It's very French. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's Prue. You pronounce it Prue.
Prue?
Yeah, the L is silent. Just
Gotcha.
Prue.
Dude, you're a
Got
beast,
it.
man. I've been watching you pull since not this last Smack event, but the one before that. And you were untouchable. Pretty much a flash pin from the one before that. And then now on this last one, phenomenal job, man. Especially with Brendan Alcelso. Very, very, my eyes wide open. I can tell you that much. It's very impressive.
Thank you.
An intense, insane win against his sister. I mean, saw it there in person. I was floored when I seen that stop. Woo!
And I know you're a tall guy.
I think you got it wrong. I think the first time I pulled him, I kind of flash pinned him, so I didn't really feel his power because I thought it was a bit tired because he pulled like 3 times that one round.
Yeah, no, you did flash pin in the first round. And when I seen that, like, but because I know when you flash pin someone, sometimes they're not awake at the go. So, but if you catch a stop on someone who is awake at the go, that's where like that's the big whoa, like whoa there. Slim Reaper has arrived.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very impressive win. And now that Danimal's in the picture right here at the thing, I just like to shout out a big apology on my end from for Danimal, just for the fact that I was telling him that Dan was gonna tear him apart and everything else. But you know what? It was a good day for Danimal. He did a really good job, holding off Dan the Nightmare. So a lot of respect for Danimal, man. He really showed up that day. Very strong person. He's a completely different person on the table than he is on the podcast, and I respect that, and I love that. So
no, listen, he delivered tenfold. I had a big old piece of humble pie hand delivered by none other than Danimal. I graciously take it, and I'm gonna take that to the bank as motivation to get stronger, get faster, and train with more people, because I think that's the trick right there. I mean, so that being the case, Slim, tell us, how many people normally train with you guys?
Honestly, I'd say on average, at least 40 guys show up to practice every practice.
Jesus.
Wow. Man. That's a lot of hands right there.
That's a lot of fucking hands, man.
That's like Thursday every night of the week.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it's on Mondays we have our biggest practice, so usually it dwindles down a bit on Thursday, but on Mondays, easily 40 people.
So what Dan was referring to, and welcome Dan the Hat on screen. We took a trip down to Brooklyn recently, and this gym called Crucifix Gym. Big shout out to them. Rich from Crucifix. This crew, they only have 4 tables, right? And they packed this 2-car garage essentially filled with 40 arm wrestlers as well, with only 4 tables in use, and that's all we had available to us. But like, there was elbow room, no pun intended, but there was elbow room only. Like, people were bumping and checking each other just so I can get to the table.
That's beautiful. That shows growth in the sport itself.
Yeah, it does. Just want to shout out everybody just before we forget. Shout out to Chocolate Thunder, Jody. Good luck on your match this upcoming weekend. Shout out to Drew, who's always in the chat. Thanks, Drew. Then Drew Rivers too from Weak Rest 2 as well. and Joshua Harrington from Wheatgrass too as well.
Yeah.
And the animal's a beast, man. So yeah, a lot of respect for the animal, man.
The animal, good people. Him and his wife, really good people. Actually, all the Canadians, even that big guy who's on the camera right there, he's a good dude. What a puller, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He sees it. What a time, man. You guys represent up there. It's no joke. It's another level up there.
Yeah, they
Another
got a
level
hell
up
of a crew, man. They really have a hell of a crew,
Yeah,
man. It was
because
really impressive.
like in Ontario, we're kind of built different over there. We're pretty strong.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, talk
Look
about
at
being
you.
built different. Talk about being built different, man. I gotta tell you, how tall are you? I gotta ask.
I'm 6'7".
What's six? See, I was gonna say 6'8".
6'7". Jesus, what a giant,
That's
dude.
another thing too. I'm gonna be honest. You look tall. You do look tall. You didn't really look big, solid, like a bulky guy. So when you were going up against Brandon Alcelso, I really didn't know what was going to happen. I knew you were fast, but very impressive, man. I mean, didn't look like the par or the place that you pulled that day. I was blown away, man. I knew you were good from the first Mac when I seen you then, but and a lot of people know Brandon Alcelso if you're in the game, just to go up against that stature of a guy. He did pull a few guys here and there, but so did you. So, full both on both sides. It's not like you went in there fresh. Neither did he. But yeah, man, really, really good pulling. Really good pulling through the whole way. A lot of different guys that you pulled, you pulled great. But yeah, hats off to that whole crew, man. They have to have a really good training crew to be able to pull like that.
So,
Thank
Slim,
you.
how long have you been in the sport for?
That, man. So I'd say I've been at almost 4 years. So September this year will be 4 years.
Oh, we started at the same time. Actually,
Yeah,
you started a year after me.
Years.
Okay, awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome, man. Now, I mean, obviously training with Devin and the likes of all the Ottawa High Hookers, you have a lot of inspiration to draw from. But outside of the Ottawa High Hookers, is there any inspiration for the sport that you want to shout out?
Honestly, any top roller. I would really love top rolling, obviously, and any long form, big hand top roll. Most of my stuff from. So like guys like Matt Mass, guys like Vitali, and stuff like that. Guys where I try to draw some inspiration.
How much do you weigh, Slim?
I weigh.
What's your weight, Slim? 230.
He's lean and mean and tall.
Yeah, 230. That's a great weight for your height too, man. That's
incredible.
Yeah, that really is.
I mean,
that really is. I was thinking he was a lot more, because I was thinking a lot heavier because he was really tall. But
how old are you, Slim?
I'm 30.
You're still young.
Yeah.
Still young. You're still growing into those tendons.
Yeah, so funny enough, so before arm wrestling, I actually never used to lift weights because I used to be a basketball player.
Well, yeah.
So I actually never used to lift weights, and like arm wrestling is the first sport that I've ever made me lift weights. So I can only wait what happens in a couple more years.
Dude, you're in your prime right now. I can only imagine. Yeah.
Well, he's in his prime with age in general, but I'm saying nowhere near prime fucking arm wrestler.
Yeah, correct. Thank you, Steve. Yes, correct.
No.
So I couldn't even imagine when he's going to be in his prime, what he's going to be able to do with people at 230 pounds, at 6'7". And you got a long fucking lever from what I've seen. People are going to have a problem with him, man. I give him another 2 years, and people are going to have a serious problem. They're going to start looking at him differently. It's just, I see that coming. I see that coming for you, my friend.
Having you.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh shit is Ottawa High Hookers. Right. That's where it's at.
Speaking of phenomenal pullers, I got John Cervante in the chat. What's up, John?
What up, John? So, not only is he a great tall lever, but he's also an amazing cameraman. Big shout out to you, man, because You know, when you need someone to take a shot for you, this is the man you want around because he'll just hold the camera easily above everyone else's head and get the
Yeah.
best angle shot you can imagine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I would agree on that.
I
That is true. Yeah, I did take some pretty good shots from the distance there. It wasn't too hard for me in the crowd full of
yeah,
people.
it was it literally like, dude, at the tournament there was really no room for anybody to take video, and I turn around, I'm like looking around for somebody, I'm like, hey, you're tall, can you take video for me?
But also, I want to give a big shout out to Dan. He pulled a crazy super match, and right after pulled a whole tournament and made it to the finals with both hands. That's
Yeah, I got that. Dan did really good job too, and you need to stop cut the bullshit with that left arm with yours, Dan. Like it's a fucking sleeper, like it's a party arm. That shit ain't no fucking party arm, dude. That shit is back online, man.
You know what's crazy is it was injured back in, I want to say 2023 by Mega Mike, and for the longest time it just didn't, it wouldn't bounce back, and I didn't train it the same way because of that. The right arm had a lot more training, but I think because of late the trainings that I've been doing, and for the last year and a half or so, it's back with a vengeance because it's telling me it wants the limelight. And I'm going to shove the right arm to the side a little bit and take on some left arm challenges.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's definitely time. Shout out to Michael Chatro, also in the chat here. Fucking, he's gonna be one of the guys in Super Match 2. Fast as fuck. I can't wait. Can't wait to even talk about it later on in the show. So
Yeah. He's a piss. I love talking to him at your tournaments. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he is, man. Yeah, he's a great guy.
We got also Dave DeLine, who's a big fan of yours. He goes, Slim Reaper is the best. I love this guy. Showing you some love there, Slim.
Dave DeLine, yeah, he's one of my good friends there in arm wrestling coming up there. He trains really hard and he's very consistent.
Yeah, I was actually in conversation with him, talking to him. He was asking me some tips and whatnot. That's the greatest thing about the sport is after we have a tournament, you see how somebody does. If you like how they pull, how they operate, you like their energy, you look for them on social media, you reach out to them, and they, for the most part, are very accepting and responsive. I think I have very minimal negative interactions with people who I reach out to asking for advice and help. It's all been a positive experience. That's one of my favorite things of this sport.
Very true. That's true.
What do you got coming up for you, Slim?
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
I don't know if I want to or just keep getting stronger and wait till the next MAC call, to be honest. Because I know after the performance I had last weekend, my stocks probably went a bit up. So I think I probably should just buckle down and just get stronger until the next MAC event comes up.
Check those onion rings.
Yeah,
I think you definitely secured a lot of eyes on you, a lot of bullseyes as well. People are gonna want a piece of Slim Reaper at the table. I for one am excited to see where it goes. I'd love to see you come down to New York. You know, if
I was gonna say, don't cut yourself short, man. I said, don't be open to all promotions, all avenues. You know what I mean? You never know what's going to open up, when it's going to open up, why it opens up. You know what I mean? So don't just wait for Mac. Mac is phenomenal. I love Mac. I'm wearing Mac. I represent Mac. I love everything about Ian and JJ and everybody there, Matthias. But always be open to other promotions and other organizations to even help you out to get yourself bigger in other states or other venues or other people. Okay? So always be open to that. You're a great puller. You're going to be a phenomenal puller. I can already see it. So, yeah, always be open to that. That's the only thing I have to say.
So, I've spoken to a bunch of people.
Yeah, if it makes sense for me, I'm open to anything that to happen.
Without a doubt.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think that, you know, keeping your pathways open, available to all forms of growth. Because Mac, while I love Mac, I actually I'm happy to announce that re-announce that we're going to be getting a Mac table down at the gym, thanks to Dan. And we're going to be training a little bit more on that. My next event is going to be on the Mac table with Mac rules, June 7th. We'll talk a little more about that one later after Steve's event that we talked about. But I love the Mac event, but I'm not going to be limiting myself to just doing Mac. I want to be in as many promotions as I possibly can and connect with as many pullers as I can. So, listen, Slim, you can get down here to New York. I can promise you'll have a whole
Oh man, I'll put you up
soup kitchen line of people pullers.
I'll put you up against John Cervante, dude. You know what I mean? Or Vlad.
Or if you want to pull up, we got a couple of people here as well. Like they're at 240. Like we got Paul Cruz, Gio Lin, all these guys that I would love to see how you do up against.
Yeah, definitely. And what are you, a left-handed puller, right-handed puller, Slim?
I pull with both.
You stronger left-handed, right-handed?
It's funny. So my left has more options, and my right has one dominant lane. We'll say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And stuff lately, so that's been definitely looking to do some right-hand stuff coming in the near future.
Are you rated in the air system? Like, are you ranked in air system, like 167 or anything like that?
So in Ontario arm wrestling rankings, I'm number 9, both hands at 220.
Wow. That's impressive. So you have equal rankings on both arms. That's awesome, man.
Awesome. Yeah, that's literally posting it right there. I'm not stronger or weaker in each arm. I just have different avenues. That's the statement, literally right there.
It's a big statement.
Yeah.
Is there any pullers in the States that you want to face?
Honestly, I'm not too in the knowing about pullers because I'm so concentrated on myself.
Okay.
I just found out about Brendan Alcester last Mac arm wrestling Mac 2 is when I met Brandon and I heard of him. So honestly, anybody in the 220 that's top 20, top 10 in North America, I would love to try to grip up with.
There you go. Well, everybody who's watching, please, send a message to Slim. I can promise you a show because this guy's got a lot of good energy at the table. He has a table presence. He's a dominating, force. I mean, he's a towering 6'7". I mean, I'm hard pressed to find anybody who's as tall as you in your weight class.
Yeah, I haven't seen one.
Damn. Did you grow taller since the last time I was in Ottawa?
I hope not, because I remember when I was 18, I wanted to stop growing, so I hope I did not.
He wanted to stop growing.
Shout out to Mark Haggett. He's going to be on one of the super matches too, coming up April 12th. We'll be talking about that in a minute too as well.
There you go. So, anything else that you wanted to shout out, talk about, Slim? Anything you wanted to, highlight about your arm wrestling career, about the people you train with?
So, let's start with my OHH arm wrestling club, Ottawa High Hooker Club. It's honestly a true blessing. I'm so lucky and honored to be part of so many people around the world that get to arm wrestle but doesn't have a great club to back them. And I'm fortunate to have that position, and I don't take it for granted. And honestly, I just love the way where the sport is growing, because I feel like last time I met you, Dan, it was at Ottawa Open, right?
Yeah, last time was Ottawa Open.
Was it 2023, and you saw how Canadian arm wrestling was. That tournament was pretty much stacked. The whole bar was full of people. And now, go a year and a half later, we're in a brewery at full capacity. I can only imagine what another year will bring.
It really, it speaks to how big the sport has gotten and is growing. I'm bringing up the Ottawa High Hookers website right now. They're on the Facebook. They have links for everything that is associated with them. Drew, if you're in the chat still, please go ahead, post any of the links that you have available. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go.
Shout
Facebook
out
right there.
to Davi Niggabots. That's going to be another one of my dudes. That's going to be in the super match coming up April 12th on New York Arm Wars 2. So that's going to be sick. You got to come and get on the card, Slim. You got to get on the card, man. I can put you up against some oh, man, 220, 230. And right now I know Paul Cruz is dropping down to about 230. So he should be as he's been. That's the best we got in New York.
Definitely Paul Cruz or Shia. Either one of those guys would be an amazing match. I feel like.
Isn't Shia like 220, 230?
He's actually right now 240.
Okay.
He's right now 240, and he is available. Slim, if you are June 7th, we have a match at 240 right now. That's looking for a dance partner.
That could definitely be interesting right now. But my next move would probably be in May. I have that's like probably the only tournament I'll do this year. It'll be in May. It'd be provincials, like almost like our state championship here in Ontario.
Gotcha.
And I haven't done one in 3 years, so it'd be great to have one of those.
Oh, hell yeah, without a doubt, man.
Nice. Well, good luck, man. Hopefully you win, dude. Left and right.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm definitely looking forward to make some noise left hand.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see.
If anybody can do it, it's going to be you to make noise.
So, Dan, I have a question for you. How do you feel about the back tables?
That was just about to ask you the same thing. I love them. I love it all. I'm excited to see where Mac goes. I love the speed. I love the intensity of which everything is. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I'm not going to lie. It definitely, I felt like a fish out of water when it came to it. First with Dan. And as the night went on, I started feeling it wasn't impossible to get comfortable on, though. I got comfortable on it with fair quickness. I was actually surprised as to how quickly I felt somewhat comfortable, and like it catered to my style. Like later on, understanding the grip, understanding the setup, understanding all the different aspects of it. And by way of the height of the table, really, like I feel like I was using it improperly against Dan. I wasn't using the table to my advantage. I was just thinking this is no surface to arm wrestle on, which it is not. It is in itself a weapon, if you may, if you know how to use it, and if you have any familiarity, even if it's one or two practices on it, you do have an advantage to your opponent. And it's I don't know. It's definitely a unique experience. I love the wider elbow pad available. I like the they set it up for like micro hops to be allowed, but if you really intensely hop, you're gonna get a foul type of deal.
I like their tables. I think I'm a strap puller. I love getting into the strap. I will fucking press to get into the strap, so I love doing that. I like the fast speed of of how everything keeps on going, and especially for me because I like to press. The table's even a little bit closer for me to press on, so it's even like it's like even better for me. I'll tell you the truth. But
it definitely helps for pressing.
Yeah. You have a lot more room for your elbow. They're a little bit more open to let you play a little bit more. So, they can do you can do a little bit more, I think, on that table, and it's nice. I think it's nice. It's a really nice table. Fast rules. Everything's quick speed.
With the rule set, I gotta say it really caters to not just the arm wrestler to arm wrestler, but the viewers to watch arm wrestling.
Indeed, 100%.
Like it really does check off a lot of boxes, and I know that they're always looking to improve and build upon it, which I'm sure there is room. But like from my experience, I'm not that like. Listen, I've only been in arm wrestling since September 2020, right? So I don't have the highest level of experience and across the board, by way of some of the peers that we arm wrestle with. But I've been on a lot of different tables, and this one really was the best by way of experience. Hands down, the best one that I enjoyed.
Well, matches, from what I saw in the last two events, I have not seen a match been lost on fouls but one time.
Yep. Yep.
Which to me is going to help
you're
grow
right.
the sport for the viewers, right? Because sometimes the problem is with all these strict rules and these leagues that have so many rules that give fouls to pullers, then you have a round that nobody arm wrestles, but someone won, and the audience has no clue what the hell just happened.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
So true. So it leaves you scratching your head like, wait, what happened? Even
You're like,
sometimes
how
I'm
did this
sitting there
guy
like,
just win the round? There was no
Right.
arm wrestle.
They're clueless. They don't even know what just happened. They don't even know what just happened.
But the thing also, like you said, Dave, Daniel, I mean, when you first arm wrestle, it was my first experience on that table. We're so used to pulling on that 7x7 that you're not used to using that whole 10-inch of pads to go sideways or to drag backwards. So you're kind of limiting yourself just by muscle memory.
Yeah, that's
absolutely. And that's one of the things that I told Dan was, like, Dan, well, I'm going to have my own table to train on. You better watch out when I come back because I'm going to be training on this and learning how to maneuver around it. Once I get that, that dance down, I'm looking forward to a rematch, on a Mac table specifically because, I definitely, I would say it's going to be my preferred table to compete on. For moving forward, but I will compete on other tables naturally.
I'll be at the tournament at the end of the month in Rochester.
That's our table.
Huh?
That's going to be our table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, JJ's bringing it down from Canada. That's actually our table.
I'm going to use it before you get it.
We used it. We used it. Oh, that's fine. But that's the one we used at the event also.
Yeah, no, I'll do that phone. They always have great events too. They're probably going to have it at the billiards again too, which is a great spot.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Right in the middle, and it's like everything like circle right around it, which is great.
No doubt.
Shout out to Mike Grimaldi. He was just saying he likes the table set up too. Yeah, it's Mike Grimaldi mauled that guy that was there from Canada.
Yeah.
Mauled him. I mean,
yes, he did. I ref that. I ref most of Michael's matches. Yes, he did.
I think Mike from Maldi came out of him and mauled that dude over and over and over again. I felt
he
so
really
bad.
carried Team New York. I will say he definitely carried Team New York on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's very impressive here in United States. I'm saying in general, he's one of those pullers that a lot of people don't know. But if you know Mike and you've seen him pull, he can pull up to super heavies and he'll put people to sleep that you've never even thought to before. So very impressive.
Yeah, it looks like it's very hard to slip out of his hand, I will say.
Oh yeah. No, I will speak from personal experience. Slipping out of that man's hand is next to impossible. He's got a giant freaking hand. Big shout out to him. He's a family man. He can't always get out and compete. So when he does, he usually shocks people because not too many people know who he is. But those who do know what he's capable of. And I hope that
day. I didn't know who he was till that day, and I fucking found out.
Oh yeah. People don't know him and don't see him because the same thing. He doesn't look like a big guy, but grip up with him, and it's a completely different thing that you thought. You know what I mean? It's one of those guys. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, in tournament after tournament and super match after super match, he's actually has a super match that's coming up too as well. So I mean, he's a phenomenal puller, I have to say, and he can pull for days, and he just gets better, I think, and yeah, I'd have to say I can't wait to see that that's one of the best matches of the night, I have to say. John Cervante and Vlad, and then Weber and
Romaldi.
he's going to be I'd say probably the two best matches I think of the night.
We also got we got Eric Cortez in the chat. What's up, brother? We have Mike James Compton. So guys, Mike James Compton, if you guys don't follow him, he's the guy who has the Ray-Ban glasses, the Meta glasses. He's the one who takes a video so you can see like the first person losses or wins type of deal from his perspective. That's kind of cool. He was over at the MAC tournament. I faced him. And then we got Miguel Fernandez in the chat. What's up, brother?
Fernandez is an absolute beast, man. He just literally pulled up against Sinks. He did a great job, didn't come out on top, but still, I'm saying you're also pulling Bill Sinks. He can pull for fucking days. He's one of the best pullers at 198. And Miguel actually has, I think, a match coming up the week after my tournament, which is going to be Betsy's.
Betty's.
Betty's.
Yeah, Battle of Betty's. Black Betty's.
Yeah, Black
Beast
Betty's.
Mode.
That's beast mode, right? They're going to be doing their tournament there, a couple of like super matches and stuff there. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. I don't know who Miguel's going to pull, because anybody that steps in to pull Miguel is an absolute beast. That's for definite.
So what's your take on the table? How do you feel about the table being as tall as you are? Do you find that it caters to your height, or does it harm your height?
So I will say it actually does cater to my height a lot, since it is a bit taller than a normal table. And I feel having the pads bigger gives you so much room to do so much more on the table as when you're arm wrestling. And I love the set grips, the just close your thumb, close your hands, go. Because it takes so much out of the unnecessary loading that happens in just a traditional way of arm wrestling, that it also promotes speed more than just power, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Most certainly.
Yeah. I
And
agree
I
with
just
that.
love the way it's just quick, and fouls cannot save your life on that table.
No.
There's no
Definitely
running away.
not.
If someone's stronger than you, he is stronger than you. There's no,
Yeah.
let me hop my elbow off. Let me do this. Let me do that to get a call.
You have a lot more room to pull, which is better. You know what I mean?
I'm honestly, maybe though, I would say the only issue I have is the back of the pad not being bordered. Because I feel, because it is supposed to be not a king's movable table, but from what I'm seeing, it's very king's movable.
Yeah, no, definitely. If you know how to manipulate it, you could. I mean, if you saw from my first round, Daniel got me in a king's move. You had a king's hook, and he was sitting there pretty comfortably, and there was nothing I could do about it. And I definitely think that if you know how, like, where the orientation of the pad is, you could definitely figure out a good king's move on it.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
you're given that extra 3 inches to drag back, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it gives a lot more advantage to a king's move.
Yeah, but it also depends of how well you are in your forearm, because your forearm's going to hit that pad sooner.
True, that is true. If you know how to beat the king's move, which I think Daniel needs to learn.
Yeah, no, that definitely. You can ask my training partner. I was working my press, so I know how to do it. It's just a matter of getting there. That's the other
Just
side.
getting there.
It's once you feel that stop happening, don't rush it.
Yep. Exactly. No, don't panic, don't rush, and I did a lot of the rookie mistakes in that regard. But I also didn't train that move enough. I'll be honest. I didn't. I should have. I should have trained it much more.
Sometimes
I was telling you, Dan. That was important to transfer to go over from when you hit to go over and transfer over to your press. You had to, because that's the only way that I think you'd be able to beat the King's move. I can't see anything else. Really.
Full disclosure, one of the things that I like to do for myself is I put like some CBD cream on. I've noticed that helps me with a blow up. After like around 1 or 2, you get that blow up, and you don't feel like you have as much hand control over your body. Where I put a little bit of CBD cream on. This time I grabbed the wrong shit and put CBD lotion on, and I was slippery like an eel. And I didn't chalk up like I normally would have. And when I went to go grip with him, literally my grip kept sliding down because the way he had his hand, I mean, he was a superior strength. So I could not get the grip that I wanted. And that's where the panic set in. And that's why I was like ferociously trying to climb, but I was going nowhere. I was kept sliding down like a fucking slip and slide. Between the sweat and the freaking the grease that I had on my hand, it was awful.
Animal was just way too strong, and he's got a disgusting hook too.
Yeah, he does. But
Yeah,
listen, that is no excuse to saying that he's not strong. He is strong. He's one of the strongest that I've ever felt at that weight. I think anybody 175 and under would be having a rough day. I mean, I know he's got a match coming up 185, I think it is. I'm curious to see what that happens. What happens?
Oh, sorry, Dan.
I think he's going to demolish the dude, but I'm still curious to see what happens.
I even said, I feel bad for the guy that you're pulling because you're going to tear his arm off.
No,
and then he said after
we heard you were going to pull you, we took the match very seriously. We prepared very hard, and we were ready for whatever you were going to bring.
Yeah, he was ready. It showed 100%.
It showed 100,000% like that. Like he was better prepared than I was. He was a stronger man, better prepared, better equipped. I mean, it helps to have the squad that he has, but now I have a recipe to combat against that. So I'm gonna, when we meet again at the table, which we will, when we do meet, it's gonna be a completely different animal that he faced.
Hey, shout out to Ed Cruz.
Oh,
He's also going to be on the super match card too. So,
can you guys get off the internet? Whoever's on it.
Everything all right? Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. I lost service for a second.
Garrett Tupper's on here too. Shout out to Garrett Tupper. He's a fucking city slicker. He's a fucking one of the best guys at 154, left hand, right hand. David is too as well. That's going to be such a good fucking match. I can't wait for that match. David's been wanting that match for such a long time, man. Holy shit.
So definitely looking forward to the next round. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take a little difficulty before. But Slim, other than provincials, can they see you? Where do people follow you? On Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram? What's your handles?
You can follow me on Instagram at _, so that's content _ pretty much all my stuff. That's where I post the most, and that's where I'm like the most active on Instagram.
Gotcha. Okay, Instagram it is. Make sure you guys check that out. Okay. So at this point in time in the show, John, we're gonna be jumping into what our next upcoming event that Steve's got coming on. So I'm gonna let Steve talk a little bit more about the event. You're welcome to ask questions from us. If you have any questions for us right now, and any one of us, please feel free to just chime in and ask. You can stick around. You can hop off, whatever you want. The floor is pretty much open.
Yeah. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I know a lot of the guys saw the awards. Love giving those awards out, the best ones. Rings, blue and gold, saying beautiful awards. And I can't wait for the matches, man. I can't wait for the match. The super match is going to be great. A new upcoming guy. I want to go through the match. Is going to be Carson King versus Michael Tatro, right hand. Yeah. I like to say Carson King is an upcoming guy. Pulls in Vermont with Garrett Tupper, Bill Sinks, and a couple other guys too as well, and his brother. Um, he's been putting a little bit of a show on. I want to see what he's got at Neil. I think
Behind you.
third. So he's been doing well. He pulled Wade. He pulled a couple other guys too. Michael Tacho though is Michael Tacho is something else. He's got some ridiculous speed. He's got some serious power. He pulls all the way up to heavies, 240s plus. So he's somebody to deal with. He's going to have a problem with. So it's going to be a really good match. Right hand. Carson's got something to prove to see if he pulls with these guys too. Last match, Michael Tatro won his super matchup against Jonathan McGurchin. So, he does pull really well in tournaments and in super matches too. So far as I know, he's undefeated. Carson King, I think, is he's an upcoming puller. I think he wants to make a statement. He wants to be in these matches with these other guys, upcoming pullers. So I think it's going to be really good for them. So yeah, we're going to see what happens with them. Do you know Carson by any chance, Dan?
No, Carson at all. When you sent me a picture, I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Yeah. I was going to say, have you ever seen Michael Tatro by any chance?
Yeah, Michael Tatros. I've met him in person a few times. Gripped up with him a little bit. He's got some serious power available to him. So I hope Carson's got speed to negate that power.
Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen between both of them. I know it's going to be a hell of a match. I don't know how fast Carson. I've seen him pull a couple of times. I think it's going to be. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch him, but he's going to have to catch really Michael Tacho and take it from there and see what he can do with him. I think Michael's got a harder hit than Carson, but Carson does have a disgusting top roll, so I think it's going to be a really good match. They're going to be right in the middle. Next match, I got Caleb Janelle versus Tyler Edlin. This was same thing. Caleb Janelle, he won his last match. It was at the Buffalo Wild Wings. He's been upcoming puller too as well. And Tyler Edlin, same thing. He won his last match too up against Seth Lutz. So these guys are also meeting at their weight classes. They're great upcoming pullers. They're there to make a statement. They both won their last matches. So this is just going to get better with time. And I like to see what's going to happen with them. I know they're both top rollers. Caleb has a lot more power than people think. Tyler's ridiculously fast, and he's got more power than people think too as well. I think he's underestimated, to tell you the truth. So
that's gonna be a banger of a match. I know that they both like when they dig deep, they both dig deep very quickly and intensely. So I'm looking forward to that. I actually don't know who's going to come out on top. I think it could be close. It could be either one of their matches.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be really, really close. They're both on that level, on that next level here. So that this year will bring them up to that next level class of these other 176 guys that are on that level, 180 something, to be able to get to that next level, I think. Number 3 match 2 is going to be Yusuf Wilson versus Ethan Sherritt, right hand. So this is going to be a banger. Yusuf Wilson is underestimated with his right hand. He actually beat Ryan Woods right-handed at a New York Smoke Supermatch Series last time. Ethan Sherritt is ridiculously strong right-handed. Yusuf Wilson is stronger with his left hand, but they both weigh about the same. They're both about 180 plus or so, and it's going to be one hell of a match. I know it's going to be a great match. Both right hand, it's going to be a banger. Yusuf Wilson, I think, is underestimating Ethan's power with his right hand, but I think they're both underestimating each other, to tell you the truth. I don't think he's giving them enough props for each other, but I know both of them right-handed are ridiculously strong. Ethan Sherritt is just getting stronger and stronger. He is dominant with his right hand. Yusuf Wilson, like I said again, is dominant with his left hand, but he's also strong with his right. He's a very strategic puller. Yusuf Wilson is a very strategic puller. People don't understand how tricky and how good he really is until you're actually getting manipulated by him, I would say almost. And Ethan Sherrod has some serious power. He hits really strong, really hard. If you're not ready for his hit, you will get hurt. So, yeah.
He's got speed. He's got speed. Definitely got speed available to him. I gotta say, Yusuf is going to be challenged.
Yeah, what do you think is going to be? What do you think is going to be the outcome between both of them?
It's gonna be a 3-2 match. If Yusuf is on his A game, it's gonna go his way. If he's not on his A game, it's gonna be 3-2 Yusuf.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really close match. Same thing. Like I said, underestimated both pullers. They're really good. But yeah, same thing, vice versa. I think it's going to be a really, really close match. I think it's going to be power and like I said, strategic pulling with Yusuf's side. So one side's going to give a little bit more than the other. We're going to see exactly what's going to happen. Next one, number 4 match is Ed Cruz versus Ryan Woods.
Oh boy! Wait, is that right-handed?
This is right hand.
Okay.
Ryan Woods is ridiculously strong with his right hand.
Yeah, that's a match right there. That's a match.
Yeah, and Ed Cruz is dominant with his left hand, but his right hand is also significantly strong. Ryan Woods is just getting stronger and stronger. He trains with Adirondack Arms with Chris Michaels and a few other guys, which are phenomenal pullers too. So he's got a good crew with him, really good pullers. But I'm saying Ed Cruz at the same time, this is probably one of the best left-handed at 176 pullers around. But his right hand is also on a level, not on the left hand level, but he is on a really good level with his right hand. So this is going to be a really good match. They're both about the same weight. I think maybe Ryan could be a little bit lighter, but I think it's going to be one of the best matches too. Right hand, just for the fact that they're both fighters. So this is not going to be an easy for either one of them. What do you think about Ed Cruz and Ryan?
So I pulled the both of them right-handed. Actually, I'm not sure Ryan right-handed, but I've seen him. I've pulled him. I think an after pulled at the very least. He's got some serious power. They're both very sticky in the bicep. I think their hook pullers is going to end up in a hook. And I think it's just going to be, stamina will prevail. So because I have more experience pulling with Ed, I'm going to let it lean up to Ed's side. It's going to be, I think, it's actually going to be 3-1 match. Ed to Cruz.
Yeah, I think it's going to be closer than that. I'm not going to say anything. I think it's going to be closer than that. I think it's going to be 3-2 either way. They both hit fast and hard. Ryan Woods, I think, might have the jump on him because he's dominant on his right hand. I think he's a little bit quicker, and I think Ed is quicker with his left hand. But I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. But also, Ed is a beast, man. He weight trains. He's the strongest.
Yeah.
He's not just a regular.
Yes, he does strict curling. I mean, he's got world records for strict curling. That dude is an absolute monster. The way that he trains, I have training envy sometimes because I don't have that same drive as he does. He's got some serious.
He's got a serious background.
Yep.
Shout out to Sergio Lisboa and Ray Romanowski for being in chat. What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
What's up, boys?
And next match we have is Patrick Weeks versus Jonathan McGurchin, left hand.
Weeks is strong. I know that.
Weeks is strong as fuck. He's a motherfucker. But Jonathan McGurchin hits so fucking fast, and do not underestimate fucking Jonathan McGurchin's strength. I'm telling you, his left hand is not his right hand. It's a completely different level. He hangs with those heavyweights with his left hand. He's no joke. He's very fast. But you're going up against Patrick Weeks. Patrick Weeks is no fucking slim slouch guy. He is strong as a fucking ox. You could see him in every single picture he's got. He's got arms the size of my fucking legs. The guy workouts he does, dude. He's a really strong. He's a beast. You know what I mean?
He's a monster. I will say he may be a monster, he might be a strength, but I don't know if he has the same set of cojones, the same set of balls as McCurchin. I don't know. I don't.
They will both go and break our positions. I'm fucking telling you right now.
Okay.
Just like I've seen Jonathan put in that position, and just like I put myself in that position sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to say with my wrist, really. I won't give my arm, I'll give my wrist. So
I'm gonna give it to McCurchin, man. His explosiveness. I want to say it's gonna be another 3-2 match, but it's because he's gonna be sitting there parking in a position that he's gonna burn out all that muscle off of Patrick.
No.
It's going to be press to press. Whoever hits first.
Weeks is strong.
I'm telling you, dude, this is going to be such a good match. It's going to be a better match than what people think. A much better match.
That's going to be an amazing match. I know that for one.
You know what I mean? So they're both ridiculously strong. They're both ridiculously fast. They're both going straight for the press. I mean, you can't get any better than that. I love that match. It's going to be one of my favorite because I love to press. I'm straight for that shit. So I can't wait for that match. That's going to be good. Next match we got is Garrett Tupper versus David Nickabout.
Oh yeah, he's a member now.
In the chat.
That's gonna be you know what? All right. I have to jump in on this one because Nickabout has got some serious speed. But I've watched Garrett Tupper literally stop speed like freaking hair above the pad, hold it with a smile on his face, and then bring them all the way across town back over without like batting an eye. Like he is not. I would not say Garrett is a fast unless he's changed up his game big time. He may not be a fast dude, but the speed means nothing to this man because he has a sticky point that's right before the pin pad. So you think you got it. I know Nickabout's got a double hit, but I don't think that double hit's going to be anything that's going to slow or stop Garrett from just getting into his zone and just raking him back. He's going to be hitting to get bounced right off the wall, man. That is Garrett Tupper's arm.
I think it's going to be closer than what people think. I've seen David Nickabout get better and better, and I'm not saying anything about. I'm going to talk about David, then I'm going to talk about Garrett. I've seen David go up against John Hyanowski lately and last time in New Jersey. Him and John were going up for a little bit of a battle. They were kind of going back and forth, so it wasn't an easy win for John. That just showed me enough to know that because I seen Garrett Tupper and John go back and forth at the table too as well. But I'm not taking anything away from Garrett. Garrett just keeps on climbing that ladder, getting better, getting stronger. Left hand, right hand, and I think it's going to be a closer and a better match than what people think. I don't think it's going to be one-sided because a lot of people are saying one side than the other, and I don't think it's going to be like that. I think David has that next level on that level. He's faster, I don't think I think it's going to be speed versus strength, and we're going to see if Garrett's going to be able to catch him. And if he does and he's able to bring him back, then we're going to be able to see that and what good of a war it'll be, back and forth. If David's going to be able to hang on with Garrett and be able to hit back and forth, like John did with Garrett Tupper at the same super match that I put together at the 10th annual New York State Championships, we'll see. We'll see if David can hang on like that with Garrett. I think it's going to be more of a war than what people think. So I think it's going to be one of the best matches of the night.
I will say, I'm going to give you, yes, I agree with you. It's going to be a war, but I think it's going to end up being 3-1. Garrett Tupper.
Yeah. I don't know what it's going to be. I think it's going to be closer. I think it's going to be a 3-2. It can go either way. I really don't know what is really going to happen. I think it's going to be just like David's saying right here, important match for me. Huge respect, most important match for me ever. So this is the most important match for David Nicobots that he's ever had. He understands and respects Garrett Tupper and what level he's on. Garrett Tupper, he is on a different level, especially in the 154 class. But I think David he is coming up to that level. We'll see if he is on that next level tier at the 154 class. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But what do you think, Dan? You have both. You know both of these guys. So what do you think?
Turns
You talking to
you,
me,
Dan.
Steve?
You, Dan Centrella, the hat.
I'm sorry. I'm doing 18 different things. What's this match?
This is Garrett Tupper versus David Nicobots. You seen them, Paul? You seen them
Oh
both?
yeah, no, Tupper. I Tupper all day, every day. Because I think he has more stamina. The way he pulls, man, because
Well,
he just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling all night long. He's one of those guys.
yeah, he is. He is.
So I mean,
Great
it's
team.
going to be a good match because David's strong, but I think Tupper. I mean, he's one of the boys, man. I think it's on him, man. Stamina rules in that match. Stamina rules in that match.
It's a right hand match too. So this is David's, I think, dominance hand, and Garrett's strong with both, but I think his left is a little bit stronger. He's got a little bit more. He tells me he's got a couple more lanes that he can do. So I think it's going to be a really good match. Yeah.
It's going to be a great match. I agree, but yes, Sergio's being a wise ass, so no problem.
Yeah, Sergio being
We'll
wise
address
ass.
that.
We also
When you're ready, if you want to come, pull up a little bit, I'll gladly pull you. I have no problem.
Sergio's got to get run through me first, and then he got to work his way up the weight classes. Come on, Sergio, let's play. Come on, man.
Sergio pulls
let's
up,
play.
man. Sergio always pulls up.
I know he always does. Let's play, Sergio.
Sergio don't care, man. He'll pull up all the fucking way.
This chess player his ass.
You got to shout out Andy Beckett in the chat. What's up, man? How's it going? Atlantis IRL is in the chat as well. And we got Ed Cruz is in the chat. What's up, man?
Yeah. And then
Victor
Clearwater.
And Victor Clearwater.
There he is. There's my brother. We're probably gonna go battle at your tournament, Steve.
Yeah, I know. I seen the conversation already. I was like, definitely putting. That's why I always put semi-pros and novice because everybody wants to battle certain classes. So I'm like, I got to put it there. Got it. Go ahead.
I'm just saying now the novice is fun, but that's for I know I need to, if I want to move up and get better, I need to start playing with the little bit more experience. And Dan understood that. That's why I went in Canada, and then going to Texas in 2 weeks. That's going to be another experience. All arms I've never pulled before.
Yeah.
So now is the time, and let's just do it. I love it. So, and you put on some great events and met some great people, and let's keep rocking and rolling. Put me up against the Hat and the Nightmare.
Why don't you come out June 7th? We'll play.
We can do that. We'll do a round robin every time.
The next match we got, number 7 match, is going to be a great match. Yusuf Wilson versus Ed Cruz.
Oh boy,
Left
that's
hand.
good.
That's left hand, yeah.
I think that's going to be a great match.
You already know how I feel about this match, Steve, but I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like you're feeding Yusuf to the wolves with Ed's left because Ed's left is monstrous. I'm chasing after his left, to be honest with you. And
left is your party arm, and Yusuf's left is his good arm. And Yusuf's left is a very strategic fucking arm, and it's much better than his right.
I hope it's better than it was last time I played. I gripped up with it, to see how it was, because I gotta say, Ed Cruz his left is just monstrous, man. It's next level.
It really is. I'm saying, well, he just pulled Sam. Sam just beat him, but then Ed just beat him back in the tournament. So Ed learns too. Ed learns from his mistakes, man. He's a quick learner. He gets better. He gets stronger. So
When you're a lifter like that, you have to remember everything's even on a bar. So it's usually his right, and then everything is about the same because you're not singling one out as if you were doing certain arm wrestling training. So that's why he's so dangerous right and left, but he probably is more dominant in one of them.
Look, if it doesn't end up in the strap, I think they're going to be fighting for the top, and I think it's going to be going back and forth. I'm not going to count Yusuf out, but I know Ed is ridiculously strong. So we'll see what happens. I don't know whose IQ table is better than whose. I do give the edge on for strength. I think a little bit on more on Ed's side, and we'll see what happens. To tell you the truth, I think it's going to be closer to what people think. I know Ed is a phenomenal left-hand puller. Plain and simple. He's one
Well,
of those.
I will say this much also. Ed doesn't need his hand left-handed.
No,
He doesn't need
No.
his hand.
no.
So that's gonna be a challenge for someone like Yusuf because he's a hand ninja left-handed. I know that. So while I listen, I'm not scoffing at all to what Yusuf's skill set is. He's definitely tricky in the setup, tricky with his hand, but that's meaningless against someone like Ed because Ed doesn't need his hand.
No.
So
I know. I've seen him pull it. No, he really is a good puller. So
yeah, no, he is a good puller, but
closer than what people think. You can't count anybody out. Yusuf's just been better and better. Everybody that he's pulled, everybody's like, "Oh no, he's going to beat him," and Yusuf ends up beating him, with his right hand, and it's their dominant right hand, and Yusuf is dominant with his left. But at the same time, Ed, he's on Sam Harris level. He's on Sam Mitchell level. He's on, so we'll see if Yusuf is on that level.
Yeah, no, a big shout out to Yusuf for stepping up to the plate to take on Ed because that is no joke, man. I mean, Ed's a beast, and I applaud Yusuf for bravely stepping up to the plate because that is a punch up for Yusuf, I think.
Yeah, a lot of respect for Ed too for taking on a very short, near match, with Ryan Woods. Right-handed, same thing with Ryan Woods. A shout out to him. Just for the fact that they're taking really short matches. They were supposed to be pulling someone else, and they weren't. They couldn't. Work. Work always comes into play, which sucks. But either way, yeah, man, a lot of respect for them taking that match with each other with Ryan Woods and Ed, and Ed's also pulling Yusuf, and Yusuf is also pulling Ethan. So all these guys are pulling each other on the same night. I try to spread them out as much as I could too for each other because they're pulling each other. So, but yeah, man, a lot of respect for all the guys. I appreciate everybody for being involved. It's gonna be a great night, man. I can't wait.
And a big shout out to the guys who got double headers, right? They're pulling both arms in a super match format.
Yeah.
That is never easy to do. That is never easy.
Really,
that's a tall order.
That is, and you got to ask these guys that are able to do that. Ed's able to do that. Yusuf's able to do that. These guys will pull all day and all night. If you ever got a tournament with Yusuf, Aiden, and just after pull, just messing around, you'll see Aiden and Yusuf fuck around and pulling at the fucking we're a VIP lounge, pulling at my fucking house, pulling while we're fucking in the hot tub. I mean, they're fucking pulling all the time. So it's just, it's great to see that. Love to see that. And a shout out to Aiden for being in the chat too, man.
Yeah.
Phenomenal puller, man. He's healing up. Can't wait for him to heal up 100%. I got a match for him. I can't wait. We got to talk.
He's a good referee too. Good referee too.
Great ref. I mean, phenomenal puller, left-handed. He's getting back there right-handed. So, and a shout out to Jesus Gonzalez. He's also in the chat, man. Thank you for always coming out to everything, man. He's such a fucking good friend. He's a great
supporter. Love that dude. Yeah. Love that dude. Much love to Beast Mode. Beast Mode. You know what? I'm gonna show them a little bit of love real quick. I'm gonna take your thing off for a second. I'm gonna show Beast Mode, New Jersey. New Jersey, guys. They have a new training facility. Well, not so new anymore. But they at Excel Sports and Fitness in Jersey. Check them out, guys. They're an amazing crew of guys, of arm wrestlers. If you're in New Jersey, you're looking for a crew to train with, or nearby Jersey, definitely worthwhile. We will be taking a trip out there one of these Thursdays. We look forward to doing a little collaboration event with them. We're gonna show up in force. That's our goal.
Nice. Okay, got another match coming up. Number 8 match, Ben Ciappoli versus Mark Haggett, right hand. This is going to be around 215. Ben Ciappoli lost a lot of weight. He's looking fucking shredded. So does Mark Haggett. Mark Batman Haggett, he looks like a beast. They both do. At that weight class, it's going to be a fucking clash. Ben is trying to fucking make a big statement that day at that weight. This is what he's been trying to do. He's been asking for another matchup against the top roller. So Alex Top Roll, and I couldn't get him, so we ended up doing something a little bit different. Me and Mark talked about it. Mark is a phenomenal puller at that weight. He's a shredded beast. And he's usually, man, with that fucking always right hand he's a monster. He's usually first place. He's a phenomenal puller, man. Really good puller, and he's just getting better. Ben, I would have to say, fuck, man. Ben,
He's strong.
he's so strong. I completely underestimate him. I will never underestimate Ben Ciappoli ever again.
Ever.
And in the strap, you are fucked. He's got weight. Strength in the strap, dude. He knows how to use the strap, and he's got a fucking thumb pad that you don't want to get near. His thumb pad is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Lethal.
But
that thing is lethal.
But he's going up against Mark the Batman Haggett. You know, Mark.
I don't know. I gotta say, I apologize, Mark. I didn't do my research on you. I don't know you well enough to say how good or how poorly you do against him. But I will tell you, you got your hands full. That's all I gotta say is you got your hands full, man.
Yeah, he does. They both do. This is going to be a much better match than what people think. Mark also pulls good in the strap too, so this is going to be a much better match than what people think. Hopefully, Ben also brings down his strength that he went down his weight with. A lot of people don't do that. Sometimes they lose their weight and they lose their strength. I did when I went down to 154. I will never go down to 154 again. I will stay at 176, maybe 165, maybe in the future if I want to lose a couple more pounds. But in general, no way. No way. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'd have to say they both have their hands full. Mark has his hands full. Ben has his hands full. They're both great pullers. I can't wait to watch that match. It's going to be one of the best matches of the night. Yeah. So a lot of respect for both the guys. They both want to pull each other. So you know when somebody wants to pull each other, they know each other. They've been wanting to pull each other. It's just even a better match. You know. Speaking of one of the best matches of the night, Mike Grimaldi versus Sean Weber, right hand. This is the number 9 match of the night, right before the main event. Like I was saying before, some people don't know Sean Weber.
Wasn't Sean originally? He was a 198 guy. I feel like, wasn't he?
He was lighter, but he goes up and down. He kind of cruises around that weight, I want to say. But he's losing, going down to about one. We have a weight cap. I think it's about 190. Just have to make sure. But that's exactly around. They're meeting at 190, I think it was. Grimaldi's going to be there at that weight class. So they're and they've been going back and forth. Sean beats him. Grimaldi beats Sean. So it's like a back and forth battle. I don't think they've ever went fresh to fresh, you know, and really gone out a full 5 rounds to see who's a better puller. Grimaldi's an absolute beast. We all seen him on the Mac. And before that, at the 10th annual, I mean, over and over, different types of tournaments. I've seen him all over the place. Michael Baldy's one of the best pullers I've seen at that weight class. And Sean Weber started.
Hey, speaking of
There
devil,
he is. There he is. He's in the chat right there.
He's been making, you know, a statement. It's just people don't know him because he doesn't have a social media. So he doesn't need. Not a lot of people know him like that. You know, too much to really, you know, see if he's a good puller. But there's a couple of videos, you know, that are posted up against Wade Roberts, up against, you know, all these top level pullers that between that 198 to 220 class. And if he's pulling guys like that and he's coming down to 190 to pull Mike Grimaldi, you know it's going to be a fucking war. You know what I mean? So it's going to be an absolute one of the best matches of the night, I think.
You said this is right-handed?
Right-handed. They're both strong, dominant on their right hands. And
okay.
this is
I'm gonna lean towards Grimaldi. I become a major fan of Grimaldi over the last couple of months, more so than ever before. And just getting to connect and talk to him privately. So I'm a little biased. I'm gonna, sorry, Sean. We'll spend more time talking. At some point, I'll get to know you better. But right now, I'm gonna go with I'll be generous. 3-2 finish, Grimaldi.
Honestly, I think it's going to go one or the other, 3-2 or 3-2. It could go either way. Reason being is because they're both, like I said, back and forth, back and forth. This has never been an easy match for either one of these guys. Um, yeah, I think it's going to go 3-2 either way. It could be a flash pin for Mike Grimaldi, another, fight for Sean Weber. It's going to go back and forth the whole time. It's not going to be easy. This is not going to be how you seen Mike Grimaldi in the last match when it was Mac and he kept on beating him over and over and over again. This is not going to be like that. This is going to be a harder match for Mike, I think. This is going to really test him. It's been testing him. They've been tested both before, so this is not going to be easy for either one of them. Sean, he's a great puller. He's been pulling great guys and beating great guys just like Mike does. But yeah, I'd have to say this is going to be a really good match for both of them, and we're going to see who's going to be better at that 190 class. And yeah, I can't wait. This is going to be one of the best matches of the night, hands down. I know it's going to be.
And then we got
It's gonna be a good match.
the one more. Is that it?
Yeah,
one more.
Yeah, one more.
Number 10 match is going to be Vlad the Assassin, the Russian Assassin, versus John Cervante right hand.
Ooh,
That's gonna
be explosive.
Oof, that's going to be so good. It's going to go right.
History? They got some history, don't they?
It's going to go right in the hook. And they're going to be there for days. I mean, they're going to be fighting back and forth. I see this match can go either way. Vlad is a fucking wall when you hit him, but for what I'm seeing and what I've heard from John Cervante, I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens because this is going to be the best match of the night. I mean, this is going to be so good. I mean, it's going to go in a hook, and I know they're going to be there for days and waiting to see who either gasses out or who hits when, or when they feel each other up to see who, when they feel just one small little weakness, whatever they need to do. It's just going to go into a war, right into a hook war. So
I never get to witness Cervantes pull in person, but I know some of his what he's done at the table, and I've gotten to see Vladimir destroy two people with the same arm, one after the other, like literally knocking them down like a bunch of dominoes, man. And I remember he looked at you like, "Is this all you have to offer? Is this all you have to give me?" When he did that, man, I was like, I don't know who could defeat him. So, I mean, based off of just his experience alone, Cervantes has got like really, quite the respect that I have for him. But I gotta say, I gotta go with my fellow city slicker, Vlad. Vlad's gonna take home the win after a battle royale, 3-2.
Yeah, Vlad's a wall, but I know they pulled before. I think they pulled before, and
That's great. Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what happened. I've only seen a couple things on John and seen a couple things on John, and I know it's gonna be a hook war. I know they're gonna go straight inside. I just don't know how far it's gonna go. Is it gonna be is Vlad gonna put that wall up? Is he gonna hit hard enough? Is he gonna make him? Is he gonna drag him out? Is he gonna bleed him out? How's it gonna go? I mean, I really want to know how strong John is up against Vlad. Vlad is a fucking wall, but that's what I want, that weight class.
Yeah.
That's going to be an amazing event. Then you get the whole tournament afterwards. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it. I have a family birthday party to go to. I have to. I'm committed to that. I would be there otherwise. But a big portion of the pit crew and shot callers from from Long Island will be there. Will be present.
Dan will be filming, right, Dan? And
Yep.
You'll be helping out reffing too, doing a little bit of down reffing too.
Yep, I'll take care of all the stuff while Dan isn't there. It'll be like he's not there. He'll be there in spirit, but it might not be as good of a production because I'll be doing other stuff. But we'll get the cameras going. I'll be filming. I think I'll bring in. We'll talk, but I might have some help. So
yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Anything you can bring in, cameras or anything like that, whatever kind of setup that brings,
yeah.
that's exactly what we need.
Yeah, well, I got a secret weapon. He's got a whole bunch of an arsenal of cameras and stuff. So I got to ask him if he wants to do a favor and come up and help us out. So I got to talk to him.
Awesome.
My buddy Frank.
There you go.
So, but it's going to be. I'm looking forward to this tournament, Steve. I'm not going to lie. Just because now I know what to expect after Canada. Now it's just let's go. Like you said, novice, that's all fun. Now it's play with the big boys because now you got to see only to get better. So, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm enjoying training. And I'm going to have my truck back. So it'll be a lot better. I'll probably drive up there myself. So I'll hang out at the VIP afterwards and we'll have some real fun that time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait. It's going to be good. Like always, free food, free drinks. I think Jesus missed the main event. The main event is going to be Vlad, the Russian assassin, versus John, the Beast Cervante. That's the main event. That's going to be the best match, I think, of the night. I'm saying those guys are fucking walls. It's going to be a hook war. We'll see who's going to bleed, or we'll see what happens in the middle. Honestly, I can't wait to see what happens. That's going to be.
yeah,
And it's going to be at the Hyatt House, where we have them usually at the other 100 Westage Boulevard.
Was that where the last one was, or where the October one was?
October one was. That the one that's by Walmart and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
By the Burger Five Guys
Okay.
and stuff. That's where Andrew and stuff.
Yes.
So that's where we usually get something there. But yeah,
Okay.
free drinks. We're gonna start the super matches significantly early, 11:30. 12 o'clock will already be rolling. There's going to be less super matches.
So what time are you doing? What time are you doing weigh-ins? What time starting weigh-ins?
Are going to be starting. I think it says they're on 11. Yeah.
Okay.
10:30, 11. As soon as people start getting there, we're already set up and everything else like that. They could just start weighing in. So if you get there at 10 and we're already set up, we're gonna start weighing everybody in and get everything done as fast as possible. Yeah. 11:30. I want to say everybody all the super match contenders to be ready to go. The faster, the sooner, the better. So 11:30, want everybody to be ready, set to go. Everything will be built up. We'll have, I think, 3 tables. I'll have a new table there too, already, and it'll have pin lines. It'll be a brand new table.
Nice.
Yeah, it's done from Arm Assassins. So
Right. That's a good
Oh,
table.
you got an Arm Assassin's table?
Yeah.
Nice.
Good tables right there.
Yeah, we have an arm bet table. It's the same thing.
So it's going to be a great table.
Nice table. Quality.
Yep, side table to practice on. Free food in the back. Free drinks in the back, and everything else. But yeah.
Oh well, you might have the Mac table up there too.
Bring it up
so
if you can. If you want, you can always set it up.
If I have it, and we'll bring it up there.
That'd be a great time to put it on display. Absolutely.
Everybody knows after party always at New York Smoke, which is right down the road from the hotel where we're going to be there. It's literally going to say 10 to 12 minutes away, not even. Everybody come back here. We're going to do a VIP party, after party. I'll have some pizzas and food and drinks here. The whole lounge where I'm sitting actually right now. So yeah, definitely. Can't wait, man.
It's gonna be an exciting time, man.
She's got a Timu table.
Yeah,
Timu.
So I wanted to share. While this upcoming event is April 12th, that if we can get the Mac table, that'd be great because that will give people a chance and an opportunity to get familiar with the table. Reason being, it's important to get familiar with the table in this area. We're going to have an event June 7th. I've announced it a few times a little bit, but now it's set in stone. We're going to be having our summer kickoff barbecue. It is going to be a no elimination tournament. It is going to be on the MAC table with MAC rules. We're going to have Dan is going to help with reffing, as well as we got Ray Romanowski as our head ref. It's going to be a live stream event that will be on my channel and on the YouTube channel. We're going to be pretty much trying to get it all over the place. Robert Kelly, Red Lightning, streaming is going to be helping us out with that. And, but the
same production people as East vs. West. To make sure people know that.
Same guy who does East vs. West and King of the Table. But also, not for nothing, I wanted to announce we have 5 super matches that we're going to be doing. The reason why we're not doing too big of a super match is because we actually we're sharing the venue space. Later on that evening, there's going to be a Victory Pro Wrestling event occurring at the same venue, and I'm working out a deal to see if we could maybe somebody shows up, and pays entry fees and goes in, they get a discount for the Victory Pro Wrestling possibly. And I'm gonna get in contact with them to see if I can help fill in their seats too. So you get regular arm wrestling, and then we have Victory Pro Wrestling as well. We'll also do after polls over either at the gym or at my house. Both will be available and ready to do so. My house is only 10 minutes down the road from the gym, so I look forward to announcing more information and details surrounding it. Wait till you see the super matches I have lined up. Some local guys getting their first time on a super match, and we're bringing in possibly some guys from Canada coming down. No promises there. But we definitely have some Puerto Ricans coming to show some face. No Team Arm Wrestling. Huge shout out to those dudes, because those guys, Garcia, Francisco Kong, Adam Hernandez, they are a massive part of my journey of arm wrestling. So just want to shout them out. They're a great crew in Puerto Rico. If you ever want to travel down to Puerto Rico, I know they're hosting a practice in the near future for one of the nation's best 176 guys, Devin Bear. So definitely contact these guys. You want to set up a practice, you want to go to an event, you want to be a part of what they're doing. They are who you want to get a hold of. I love the energy they bring, because if you've had them or been at an event with them, you'll recognize their energy, their voices. Steve can speak to this because they've been to an event of his.
Yeah.
They bring the fire.
Yeah. People, great vibes, great pullers. So yeah, and they're just getting better from what I see. They've been winning, their super matches over there, so which is great. That's great to see. But yeah, can't wait to see them, man. Can't wait to be a part of it. I'll be there. I'm sure sponsoring food or fucking doing something or having to do something with it.
Well, dude, you already know you got one space for the mic just for you. You know that.
If you want me to use the mic, I can use the mic. I have no problem doing that.
Hell yeah, that would be perfect.
We got you on the mic, definitely. You were amazing on the mic at the last year's summer kickoff. So I think you got rehired for that, without a doubt.
Yeah, that was a fun time. That was great. Everybody had
If we can't have Neil pick up, we have the second best. We got Steve Fernandez.
There we go. I love it.
The voice of New York. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
The voice of New York arm wrestling.
I like that. So Drew, right now I have a pretty Drew Rivers is asking about the matches at the barbecue. I currently have pretty much all the matches set with the exception of 2. Give me a contact. We'll see what we can do. No promises as of yet, but I do have a couple of feelers out there. So people are waiting to get back to me, but 3 of the matches are already secured.
I think he was asking if you had a super
Yeah.
match.
Oh no, no,
Yeah,
no, I'm not gonna actually take a match because I am gonna be directing the whole event this time around. I decided as I'm gonna be running around like a crazy man doing the direction thing. I'm not gonna take a match. I feel awkward taking a match at my own first tournament and big event. So I want to make sure it goes off without a hitch. And Steve can attest to how crazy I get. I forget to go shower
I was the
at
one
these
that was
events.
I was the one I'd have to tell you. The guy you had to get out of here, go to the shower so we can start this.
Go to the show so we can start. Exactly. So I will say for our event, the summer kickoff, because there is no I'm going to do something a little different, right? We're not doing any clothing allowance, right? It's the weight classes are 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 240 plus, right? We're going to be able to do early weigh-ins. We're going to have satellite weigh-ins, and one of which Steve Fernandez is going to probably be for upstate. Anybody wants to do an early weigh-in on their way down type of deal, they can link up with Steve. And I'll be talking to some of the somebody else as well. So I'll have an early weigh-in over at my house, and then we'll also have an early weigh-in one of the satellite location. I actually got some contacts from some international people from Korea, and some other countries that they're interested in participating. They saw that we have a Mac table. They're very interested. So a big shout out to Ian Carnegie because people are taking notice all across the world. People are seeing what you guys are doing. It's just another avenue of our sport to grow, and that's what I'm happy to be a part of.
Oh yeah, it's a movement, and I think people see how the action is, and it's intriguing. I think that's what people are drawn to now, that it's so fast and so action packed and just go go go.
I mean, I'll go into a little bit about it, but we'll spend we'll do a bigger, more expansive show on the no elimination format. Um, Everybody pulls everybody essentially. Most pins wins with least amount of fouls. That's the least amount of fouls on your behalf. If you have no fouls or your opponent has fouls, you actually get more points. So there is an opportunity where, like, let's say you don't do so hot the next round, but you're racking up points by being dominant and making your opponent foul at the same time. You can actually win, even though if you lost the match and didn't go undefeated. So there's is a little strategy to it. There's a lot of stamina. It's going to be a very fast-paced event because of the nature of the MAC rules. That there's very little downtime, very little loading time in between the matches and rounds. We will be doing it on one table. The weigh-ins, as I said, we will do remote weigh-ins because we're also starting it kind of early. The event itself will probably start at around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and it'll end at about 4 o'clock. 3 o'clock rather. So we're looking to do a very fast-paced event. And show the Long Island community that we can bring a very amazing production to a very accessible location.
Yeah.
So yeah. That being said, I don't want to drag it on too much longer. Does anybody else have anything else to add?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to James Reed and Michelle Dugan and the whole crew that's been helping me out, put everything together. He's been helping me from day one with everything, dude, with it has to do with awards, shirts, tables, speakers.
Brackets.
I mean, anything and
They're
everything.
amazing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a great team around you. That's what matters. That's why you're doing so well right now,
honestly,
Steve.
so I can't say enough for them. He's got a couple of things coming up in June and in May. New Way
I know
coming up. He's got something else coming up in Myrtle Beach too. So
Yep.
just up any kind of events that you have, that's coming up from now till May and June. Go to every single event that you can over there. That where he puts one in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Myrtle Beach, wherever it is. That's where you need to be. Because you
I will
events.
say I wanted to say that in June. I know it's Keystones the following weekend after my summer kickoff event. That is going to be a massive tournament to go to. It draws in pullers from multiple states, sometimes multiple different nations. People come all from all far and wide. I will definitely be there because I'm not going to be pulling at my own event, so I'll be able to be well rested for that and to get a trip out there to represent Long Island. With him and Paul Lynn partner up for that one.
Nice. Yeah. It's always
Yeah, it's going to be a good tournament. I'll probably take the ride with you there.
yeah. Anything
You
they
better
do.
believe me taking a ride with me. I'm going to throw you in the trunk if you don't want to.
That's fine.
Pennsylvania or New Jersey, or they're doing the one in Myrtle Beach, like I was saying before.
Yep.
You gotta go. Great awards. I mean, great people. Always great time. So yeah, like I say.
Yeah. Well, all I know is my next is Texas, and then you, Steve. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So
Nice.
Yeah, we're going
it's
to
going
be
to be a good summer. Yeah, it's going to be a busy summer.
next week. We'll talk a little more on Texas about East versus West. Maybe we can do some predictions on it.
Yeah. He's supposed to have some big announcement tomorrow too. So we'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see.
All right, gentlemen.
So,
Well,
but
it's been real. It's been fun. I thoroughly enjoy each and every podcast episode we have. Let's stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you guys next week. See everybody who's watching next week too.
don't. Yeah. Hang out. Hang out a second. Both of you.